Late winter is the hottest season of all for maple syrup. Yes, Alison Rubelmann joins us from the Ansonia Nature Center with some of the 411 on how you make it. How do you make it go from, well, coming out of the tree to going on those pancakes with your breakfast? So, first of all, are there a lot of sugar houses around in Connecticut?
There are a lot of sugar houses in Connecticut. You can actually go on the ConnecticutMaple.org website.
Oh, cool.
And they have all the sugar houses listed for 2013 in Connecticut. And there's quite a few actually in our local area here. There's some in Brantford and Guilford. And Brooksvale Park actually has a sugar shack. At the Ansonia Nature Center, we actually tap trees for children during school programs.
So it's interactive that way. People can go and learn to do it.
Yes, you can learn to do it, and it's so easy that you can actually do this with your children in your own backyard. If
really?
You
can tap a maple tree and take it pillar to post on this, right?
Yes, so what we do is we actually do educational programs with the public and the children, and we go and we teach them about the history of maple sugaring. We teach them what sap is, how to make sap, and then they get to try it on ice cream.
Now, in the space of about 2 minutes or so, can you tell me how this all happens?
I'll try.
No challenge there, right?
So originally, the Native Americans in the eastern woodlands were the first to discover maple sugar, and it was actually their survival food at the last part of winter.
Yeah, you need blood sugar.
Yes.
Right?
So they actually would make maple sugar and store it in birch bark containers like this and store it under the ground during the whole year, and that was their sugar because they didn't have sugar like we do today.
Right, you're not refined or anything like that.
Right.
Interesting. That's a neat bit of history.
So what sap is maple trees. All plants have sap. Maple trees produce sugars with their leaves all summer long, store it in the cells of the trunk of the tree, and then in the late winter, early spring, they start drinking water with their roots again. The water comes up through the trunk. It mixes with the stored sugar, and that pushes up like a water fountain through the branches and opens the buds for the new leaves. So we're actually taking a little bit of the tree's food to boil down and make syrup.
The slow motion magic of nature. So you get it out of the tree, you put a little spigot on the tree, right?
Yeah, so we have, here there's 4 different types of spiles. This is the original Native American spile made from the sumac plant. And then as the years have gone on, they've made spiles, and now they have them made out of plastic.
Plastic, that's where it's at.
They even use these tubes here, and they will attach the tubes to the tree. You go in about 1 inch deep. You drill you can use a hand drill or an automatic drill from Home Depot, and they drill in about 1 inch deep, and you can hook that up to a bucket with a lid.
And it just eventually seeps out. Now, what do you have to do? And we have less than a minute. So to get that raw product to a point where it's ready?
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your sap, you're going to pour it into a pan, a nice shallow pan like this. You're going to boil it.
Okay.
You have to keep boiling. It's going to evaporate all of the water off. Sap is 95% water,
so it's
and
going to take some time.
It's going to take time. And when it gets very thick, like syrup, you have to actually turn the heat up, boil it even hotter because sugar.
So it won't get all real tacky.
And you have to stay with your sap or your syrup because it will burn.
Yeah, you can't go watch TV while this is happening. Okay, so that's a really quick synopsis. Tell me real quickly, what is the actual season for doing this?
The season for maple sugar.
At least in Connecticut.
Okay, it's usually the end of February to the middle of March. It depends on the weather.
Gotcha.
It has to be 20 degrees at night and 40 to 45 degrees during the day. So today is actually a perfect day for maple sugaring, and it would be a wonderful day to go out with your family, tap a maple tree in your yard, and start boiling, and you can make enough syrup just to feed your children.
All right, very nice. And by the way, I understand it's a good year for maple syrup.